I have a crown. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's like autumn and it's super warm. I was in the river before. It was very nice. Just connected to explain different archangels and angels, like the, how to say, energies. And for example, Michael, he puts us in our bubble, so we are in own energy, receiving, for example, power energy from our core star, or receiving intuition, clarity, and so on from our source. It's also like protection shield, that we are in own power, inner strength. Then we have, for example, Raphael, who's grounding us and awakening like natural urges. It can be clothing or foodie or whatever. But if we are in nature every day, that's naturally comes out. Our nature comes out because we are connected with self. Then we have, for example, for abundance, it's goddess Lakshmi, god Ganesh, Halos for prosperity. Then we have Laylah for passions. It's like a very fiery energy, especially in sexual organs. And this is important in the second chakra to express self freely without any boundaries, or so we gotta forget all the rules that were teaching us our entire life, and just getting from our intuition and letting it out into the world. Then this, Metatron is for it's also for the grounding, but it's very strong, like foundation energy, that we're building our own foundations, how to operate. So it's again to forget everything what we learned, and it's like kind of reborn and learning again. So we are playing through experiences and just trying, then see what actually works for us. Then we have, for example, for third chakra, so for the strength, it's also Sachiel or Michaela, or as I mentioned before, core star. And just we can feel it, it's coming from the universe and it's filling us up. Either we see it within our eye, or it depends which how to say, which ability is triggered in us. Usually it's two. One is the most powerful. Like this knowing, I always had it since I was a kid. I just knew things. So this is the when you know stuff. But past years, it's also the third eye is very powerful. It's like evolving, I'd say, because I have focus on it, and I'm just it's just the exercise, when you're practicing on a regular basis every day, even if it's just 5-10 minutes per day. Is this it has to be constant, and then it's super growing. Then for the heart, for example, we have a chamuel or Kuan, or gabriel is very gentle, especially for the kids. Or we have also Sofia. It's good for also for the business relationships or any kind. Then we have Laylah to nurture inner child or leave it for flourishing energy or blooming, or it's like we are creating all sorts of things here. Then we have Mary Magdalene, of course. She's filling us up with light codes, teaching us also about love. And or Aphrodite, she's actually her energy is how to say, it's stronger. I can really feel it. Or Kali, she's also for the free expression, that you're expressing from the heart, not what's around or what they were teaching us. And Kali is very like a warrior. So yeah, if you're connecting with her, it's at the beginning, it's super strong. Then yeah, also Michael is also good for the home protection, or for example our material things, or just simply white light. I'm just like Orion has a pure white light, but it's again like I just close my eyes and see this white light coming from the universe into me, and you can only do this. You don't need to call angel or archangel or some other magical beings by name. It's simply like you connect with this energy, or as I said, within our eye, maybe see lights, because for each of those, I can literally, when I close my eyes, I see the color of this ray, of this light, and it's so amazing. But yeah, it's also connected to numerology. So I have mainly energetical numbers, so that's why I feel this very strongly. And it's very rare. Usually it's like in numerology you have half of earth numbers and half of energy numbers, or some even have more earth numbers, so that's why they don't feel so much those energies. They don't feel anything, they just feel this earth, but it's a bit tricky for them, because this energy on earth is, how to say, it's like a fog, and it's not clear, and it's super heavy. Those people feel very heavy, while when we have more energy numbers in numerology, we feel very light, like a feather. And we also, that's why we also have a stronger third eye, intuition, and so on. Yeah. Then we can also connect with the planets. Lately I'm just like, okay, Neptune or Saturn, or whichever. So different planets or stars, if we know some stars, or as I said, we can, but at least for me this is easier, I just pull this energy down, or I'm probably so open that I just feel it, the flow. It goes from universe into me, in every cell and organ, and also the chakras, and not just also the chakras and bodies outside of physical body, right? So because we have also aura around, and then the other bodies, so we can connect to previous lives. This is the regression. For example, I saw that I was a princess one time. So yeah, sometimes it feels like I want to dress up really nicely. But mainly I was also on the farm, so that's why I love animals so much, and casual and comfy clothes, and being outside all the time, like I'm outdoors for I don't know, a few hours per day, so it's every day like that. when we know those things, you know, it's amazing, you know. It's like you really get to know true self, and you start living your true nature, and you forget everything what was taught. Or when I went into regression, I also saw my life from the future. I was the captain of spaceship, so that's why, probably that's why I'm so connected to the universe and planets and stars and so on, and I simply love it. Then what else? I don't know. I'm also connecting, like, I don't have a physical crystals. I'm just connecting, like, okay, crystals and diamonds are filling me up. I'm doing everything with my mind. When I close my eyes, it's with inner eye and the energy. So it's pure energy. Yeah. Just feel myself, and I feel like, wow, so amazing, full of energy and light as a feather, and you know, ready to create. Then we have, of course, fairies and faes and so on. And the fairy is my yeah, even all the people are calling me fairy because I'm always in the nature and so on, and this, I have this magical energy. Even the hugs, they say I have magical hugs. Having magical hugs. I really don't like using, like, this I because it's coming from the ego, you know. So yeah, it's really nice when you're living, like, pure heart, soul life. Then we have, for example, I don't know, I mean, in past years, so much of them. It's like, or Jeremiel, for example, he's for acceptance. So when we are receptive mode, we are open to love, and everything is like flowing towards us, all the abundance. Um, then we have, what else? So many of them. Or Emmanuel, for example, for harmony, balance, or Apollon. It's Apollon is also for the, like Aphrodite and Mary Magdalene. It's a lot of I would say goddesses or women. They're connecting with it, but it's coming naturally. While Apollon is for the man, it's like very focused energy. Or Athena is also the focused energy. But when I'm feeling Athena, I see this energy is flowing into my sexual organ. You know, it's like interesting. But Apollon is the same for men, or for the kings. It's very focused, and it's like an arrow, but it's going through the entire body in the middle, from the universe towards men's sexual organ. Then we have Nuit is, for example, when people put too much on self, it's good to connect with Nuit. She's like, okay, it's a lot of space around me, a lot of freedom, a lot of time. Like, time is. When I started connected with her after maybe a year or 2 years, I don't feel like I don't feel this time. So I'm not. I don't know how to say. It's like because time exists only on Earth, right? In universe, everything's infinity. So now I feel this infinity, like everything's connected. Everything is one. Then we have Samael. The Samael has infinity signs, so I imagine all the infinity signs are in my body, and I just feel this flow and relaxation, pure relaxation. But even when we're in nature, you know, when, like I said before, I was in the river, it's like when you connect with nature and water, natural waters, like lakes or whatever, sea, ocean, for example, too. So any water in the nature is like you immediately feel this flow. Oh, it was 15:15. This is again sign that we are connected with angels and on the right path. Oh, Patiel is for that you're on your path. I don't know. A few days now, I'm seeing like 3 6s or 3 9s. It's the if you turn it around, it's the same number. Or 7s. 7 is, for example, energy number. Which one? Yeah. When you go into this, it's like more and more of those coming, and when you have this focus, you're just oh, this one is for this, this one is for this, and Domiel is, for example, for home. That's it lightens our home. That it's a pure white light in home, and it's clear and clear energy. So those are all the supporting that we're calling. Even when I'm going home, I'm like, okay, angel, save me a parking spot, you know, and it's always there. One is always for me. So it's so funny. Or for the hair, you can be angel for the, I don't know, whatever. So you can call them. You just say this for this for this, and it doesn't matter which one is. And then we have, for example, guardian angel. This is the our unicorn. He is always with us. We don't need. This is the only one we are not calling for support. That he's always with us. For example, when I had car accident, I really felt like I fell on a something soft, you know, on a tissue or a blanket or whatever. It was very interesting, and yeah, he's always with us. And even helping us with our visions and so on. So yeah, very interesting, right? We also have dragon energy. This is super pure, clear. It's like a sacred energy, and you can only feel it after a while when you're in connection with those energies from universe all the time, even from celestial and so on. Only then, you know, this energy is open for you, so it's not right away. You actually need to walk through a certain path, which is not easy, I would say. But at the time, I wasn't looking at it like that, you know. I wasn't feeling like everything's hard or whatever. I was just, you know, playing with my ego and minimizing ego and shushing it, like, okay, I don't care what you're selling me stories, because egos is always like, you know, he knows what you experienced so far, but you have to go through that. You have to go over it, you know. And then you can achieve this you connected to soul and mainly. So yeah, you just move forward, and then what happens? You don't know what will be, but you just go. You just go. It's like you jump into the, I don't know, from the high point on the ground, and then whatever will be will be. maybe the something soft will be under, and it's okay, and that's like the same. And then this is how a spiritual growth happens. So yeah. Oh, it's amazing, yeah. And then we have Buddha. He's putting us here now, here now, here now. And then Isis, it's connecting us with soul. so our soul is fully grounded in the body. So we really need to feel the body, and we need to let all feelings flow. That's why a lot of people work, but work is actually, how to say, if people work too much, they're far away from self and own feelings, you know. But you just, and it's really amazing when you just simply sit and you just feel those emotions, and they're just flowing, because every emotion comes like it lasts 90 seconds, you know. It just comes and goes. It's like, and when you learn to let it flow, it's so much easier, you know. Everything around us flows freely and smoothly, and all the things in life that are happening around us, most of them are resolved by itself. Like this was in my case. I was so laughing. I was just taking care of my physical body, and this feelings free, motion flowing, and everything around me was just solving itself. It was so much fun. But yeah, you need to achieve that, to, you know, put your ego down and forget about fears. It's like, oh, fear is okay. I love you, fear. Let's move on. I don't. This is like illusion for me. I don't believe in that. So I was really like, I again used I. It's really amazing when you just how to say. Okay, I'm not that I'm ignoring, but it's like I don't believe you. You know, it's I have this power, and I'm a goddess of my life. Simply choosing, you know, the heart urge. And now, after a while, really notice difference, what is coming from ego, what is coming from ego mind. So this is the same, or from the heart, because from the heart, when you feel it, it's like, oh my God, it's really beautiful emotion. But from here, from mind, it's like all the doubts and everything. And I was like, I don't believe the doubts. That this is not in. There is no place for that in my world, and I'm just, you know, I would rather go after this. And when you're simply doing this for a while, then your ego is rarely, like, how to say, triggering. And then life becomes pure enjoyment, and it's wonderful. It's magic all the time, because I believe in magic. I believe in magic. This is like, you know, in brains we have two sides, right? One is doubts, fears, and so on. It's action. But action is because it's coming from the fear, right? And then we have this side, which is creation, and it's the intuition, and we're simply relaxed and at ease, all like mainly most of the time. And then that's why everything's flowing. And it's always our decision. It's up to us which one we're putting focus on. So when this one was triggered, I was like, no, thank you, but no thank you. Okay, I love you, I'm cuddling you, and now I'm going to this one. Into happiness and creation and abundance. So I was like, I believe in abundance. Even when I have only $5, I was like, so what? I don't care about this state, because this state here now, it's simply what was so all the emotions and everything, all the experience from past, and led me to this point. But here now I decide where I'm going. So I'm not going the same path. I'm like, oh, now I'll have 5 million, for example. It's just an example, but I don't care about money and material things. But anyway, it's like, okay, I'm going into this flow, and everything is flowing towards me. And it was really tricky because, I don't know, it's like someone calls you, or you meet someone and they're like, okay, I will take you there, or they give you something from the garden, or because it's not always about the money, you know. Abundance is, there are so much different abundances. It's like a lot of things I was getting. I mean, I want to use this. A lot of things. It's like getting from I don't know, even from the strangers. I just stop and talk with them, and we are exchanging this beautiful energy. Just, you know, each one can be so different, but it's all about that, accepting differences. And then we are in pure acceptance and in love, and it's like, you know, okay, I will give you something from the garden. I'm like, okay. It's so funny. Or taking you somewhere, I don't know. It's just when you're in receiving mode, it simply comes, and you're just accepting. Yeah, it's interesting. Um, Life is very simple. Okay, I think we covered a lot of them, so thank you and take care. Love, much love.